Good evening to one and all. Once again, it's a great session of talking about G20. And I would like to just brief a little more on G20 because this is the third session of G20 International that we are having every Sunday. It has become Sunday to Sunday, 6:30 in India and 6:30. Well, going ahead with the program, like what is this G20 is about? It's a collaboration, it's an equity, it's a partnership of 20 world countries across the globe who have united on one single platform with one single vision and mission, saying that how we can take our country forward. This is a collaboration session. It's a summit, and in which all these 20 countries together they work for their goals. And while working for the goals, what is the most important thing that we need to look on is that one vision, one mission, and the policies has to be agreed by all these the 20 countries who are united there in unison, and they modify the policies, they upgrade themselves, and they bring up the strategic transformation measures and also the metrics which are involved in it, and they work correspondingly into different domains and different industries, talking from education, talking from industry of youth empowerment that we have collected together today, talking about gender equality. Moreover, these are more in liaison with the SDG, that is Sustainable Developmental Goals of UNESCO. So they cover into every single industry in the performance. Like when they monitor it for industry of engineering, industry of education, industry of tourism, industry of MSME, entrepreneurship, industry of finance, and also the businesses which are coming up, such that more opportunities are being put up because these countries are working in collaboration, that they get to work with more and more options, such that we can widen our horizon and move forward in our goals and respectives. In that case, what is required? We get to understand about these countries and their local, if at all we are going to have a business collaboration with one particular country, we get to understand about the country and we modify our strategies according to the requirement of that country, and we are able to provide it further to them. So in other words, what happens, we take some, it's just exchange of ideas, exchange of collaboration, exchange of businesses that are going to involve in it together with one mission to make our country move forward, and also others. So that's what the G20 is all about. So when we talk about youth empowerment, that's G20 youth, what is it actually it is to be? It is a very simple attempt. It's an attempt to create a connecting point among all these 20 countries with their governments and their local youth, where everybody is going to put forward their ideas, their insights, their inferences, their efforts even, and such that the voices are being heard. And it is an opportunity, it gives an opportunity for them to showcase their policy measures, not only within the country, but across the globe. So this platform of G20 International, how does it even contribute there? Is that this is more like creating an awareness campaign, such that we talk about the ideas, we talk about the problems, we talk about what is youth empowerment, so that it gives a platform, and some of them have excelled in their own field. What is the theme of this youth summit is that will focus on global youth leadership and global youth partnership. This is what we are going to talk about. How to become global youth leaders and how to partner with all the countries. When we talk about leadership, and the word is derived from the Latin word ladon, which means to guide, to take it forward, and who is able to lay down, who is able to explore the paths, and who is able to lay down the ways for others to follow. That's the role of a leader. So our youth who have gathered here, they've got quite a lot of ideas to share with us, such that they are going to give us ideas how they have excelled in their own field, and how they're going to really facilitate the whole process of global youth leadership and partnership with all the countries. On that note, I would, not taking much longer, I would extend my sincere welcome to Dr. Vijay Kumar Salvia, sir. to just have his flagship, and then we'll continue with the session. Thank you so much. Vijayakumar Salviaji, over to you.
Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning to all of you. With respect to international standard at this time, I welcome.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, good morning. I welcome all of you on this platform that is the G20 SDG Club India International Research and Development Key Organization USA India, Research Innovation Startup University, and Educate, and now the collaborations of the two countries, and there are maximum countries, not two countries, we can say 200 and above countries that is working for G20 on this platform. I welcome from Sri Lanka, from Malaysia, from Singapore, from Australia, from USA, from UK, and all over the countries. And similarly, we have from the Southwest Africa also, from Zimbabwe also. And those who are present here, please write down your name and country in the chat box so that your certificates will be issued according to that. We have the very, we are seeing that we have got so many reputed personalities on this platform, and we are seeing that every time there will be a new personalities which are in our context. Today we have Dr. Manisha Giri, Mr. Devesh Kumar Dev. Similarly, today we have Shilpi Upadhyay from Oriental University, a very reputed university. And similarly, today we have from IDYM, our Ravi Shankar ji. Today we have the Mr. Job from this from West Africa. So there are so many people who are here. Apurva Patnaik ji today is there, and similarly our we can say a guest of honor, Mr. Chand Prakash ji here. Similarly, we have the R. Kokar madam is there, Danya Ambekar, Reema Thakur madam. So, however, Swaminathan ji, that is Swaminathan ji is also there. And Abhinav Singh. There are always there Anita Vaishnav madam who is taking care of the Kota campus, and whatever the persons I am seeing here, and those who, if they are joined, and if I am not able to to pronounce their names, so kindly forgive me. But you are our respected member, and so what we are seeing that this platform at today we can say theme is that is Nav Yuga. We have the youth Yuga, and in G20 also we are working for the development of the world, and our research innovation startup university has the slogan, that's the right direction, right metric for all, and youth is also involved here. Similarly, we are working as our slogan is not any our slogan is sustainable development goals. So we development of world, we are startups 100% guaranteed success, and you can leave us, but we will not leave you. We always keep your head with our head, and always we will give you the success there. As you know that we are working in all fields, whatever the technical or not technical, and similarly for the startup incubation, earning capacities, similarly technology transfer and research and developments, we are giving from 0 to 100 we are working. So in case of non-technical, that is the sociological, psychological effects, similarly what we are seeing, the waste management, the cleanliness, and whatever we can say the social causes, social affairs, the we can say the wars between the countries. So we are covering all aspects, whatever in the society. So, here we are giving the platforms to all the participants, all the we can say the change makers who want to do something. And we are giving the participant certifications also, those who want for the career. Similarly, our respected Chandra Prakash ji, the board member of the Ministry of Science and Culture, he is also here to motivate you, to give you the path how to we can get an opportunity for the world level work. So similarly, in many times in different we can say on a way, we are posting our new works, new projects like MSME, and similarly for other governments also, for the foreign governments also. So like that, you can join our vision and mission. So not taking so much time, and that is for the youth. We all working for the youth here. Great mentors are present, and great personalities, great professors are present. So similarly, yesterday I have seen Dr. Harifaddin madam, that is for the United, the founder presidents of the United Peace and Justice. That is the organization by the Dr. Hanipaddi, that is from Sri Lanka. So like that, there are so many ways. I think she has met the coordination committee of I think above hundreds of members and from all over the world. And Madam is also working with us. So like that, we have the people who is working and has the good collaborations and contacts in all over the country. So we have to use the all over the platforms on such whatever we are meetings and whatever the conferences we are doing at every Sunday, Saturday, or Friday, whatever the day we have is in every week. So in every week you have the opportunity for collaborations, for working, and whatever you want to do. And or offline also we are trying, and because now the COVID is over, but still there are some cases for the H3N2 and all other viruses, but we have to take care of this. So online is possible, and offline we whatever we can do from best, that is in PVD Pravasi Bharati Sammelan, and in case of G20 we are also involving in some places. So like that, with government and with other private bodies and collaborations we are working on that. So the Dr. Sri Vidya Sukumar, Dr. Poonam Gothi madam, and similarly there are many other persons like you, whatever, who had joined audience listeners. So we are by the because of the collaborations and by the support, we are working continuously, and and we are capable to run the light of the, we can say, the happiness, the light of prosperity always with the presence of all of you. So not giving so much time, I welcome all of you. Now all of you, one can speak according to, please raise your hand so that our Dr. Sri Vidya Sukumar may invite you, or will invite you accordingly. So let's invite Dr. Chandra Prakash ji, the guest, our guest of honor, and please take care, Dr. Jasekubar. Yes, madam.
Welcome. So thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Vijay Kumar Salyaji. Well, moving ahead. Well, without wasting much time, moving forward, we would like to take this moment to invite, to present before you, Chandra Prakash ji from Deshak International, who is the board member from the Ministry of Government of India, Ministry of Culture from Government of India. Welcome, ji. Welcome. Unmute yourself, sir. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today, as the world is rapidly changing, it has become increasingly essential to empower our youth to make them future ready. It is said that a nation's progress and prosperity directly depends on its young population, strength and dynamism. Therefore, empowering our youth is imperative, and India is no exception. Keeping this in mind, today, I would like to address the importance of youth empowerment for the future of India. There are many people here from different countries, but my focus is based on the experience or based on the feedback, based on the studies which were conducted in India. In Vedic period, young men were encouraged to study Vedas, and they were pursued for spiritual knowledge. This emphasis on education and knowledge shows that youth empowerment was essential in ancient Indian society. It is not a new concept for India. The concept of Gurukul system, where young students lived in the ashrams with gurus, this was prevalent in ancient India. The system aimed to provide holistic education to students and prepare them for life in society. Later onwards, if you can see during Mauryan Empire, Emperor Ashoka emphasized the importance of youth empowerment. He encouraged the inclusion of young people in decision making and gave them leadership roles in administration. And if you are looking at the Bhakti movement of the 6th century, it emphasizes the importance of individual spirituality and the power of ordinary people to connect with the divine. This movement provided a platform for young people to express their views and contribute to the empowerment. Then onwards, in modern history, you can find the references when none other than Swami Vivekananda. He was a prominent Indian philosopher. He believed strongly in the power of youth. He asked Indian youth to come forward and take charge for their destiny, charge of their destiny. He believed that youth were the future of India and were capable of bringing about social economic revolution. Then moving forwards, Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi has done a lot of work in youth empowerment. Many young people were involved in the non-violent protests, and Mahatma Gandhi emphasized the importance of youth participation in building a new society. If you can see during freedom struggle, Bhagat Singh was a freedom fighter. He recognized the need of youth empowerment. He believed that the youth should be given a voice and encouraged to think critically about the issues faced by our country during those days. Then Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Dr. Ambedkar believed that education was the key to social and economic empowerment and worked to make education more accessible to all of India's youth. You can have the reference of Jawaharlal Nehru. He was the first Prime Minister of India, and he believed the youth were the key of India's future. He believed that empowering the youth, India could achieve its full potential. So overall, these historical references suggest that youth empowerment was an essential aspect of ancient Indian society. And it continues to be relevant in contemporary times also. According to Census of India, officially, which is from 2011, youth population, it is defined as individuals between the age of 15 to 35. They accounted to almost 35% of India's total population. And it is expected that this percentage has increased in the past decade. And now I will like to discuss many advantages which India will be having in youth empowerment. Empowering the youth helps in providing them better education and opportunities to learn and grow, which ultimately creates a skilled workforce. We will be having empowered youth having access to resources that enable them to be self-reliant and start enterprises, thus contributing to the country's economic growth. Social development, youth empowerment, India has the potential to help diminish these social and economical divides by offering equal opportunities to all. We empowered youth can, empowering youth by teaching them about health and hygiene. It promotes healthy lifestyles and preventing diseases. And other than that, in civic activities, if you are empowering the youth, you will be having volunteers who are engaged in your activities, voting for that, leading to an overall improvement in the society. So in conclusion, we can say that youth empowerment is essential for the development of India and set the stage for a bright future. Now, if we are just thinking about advantages, I will bring to notice there are disadvantages of youth empowerment also. See what happened when we think about empowering the youth to equip young people with skills and opportunities to participate in society. In India, it has come, there are some certain areas, certain sectors, there are disadvantages. Although the positive sides are more, but I will definitely like to put some light on the disadvantage which India faces now. It may not be the future also these disadvantages will continue, but now. See what is happening now, inadequate access to education and skills training, despite our government's effort, we are not able to improve the education sector. Many young people in India still lack the access of quality education and training, which we are not able to prepare them for the job market. Then you can see that girls and young women often face barriers to empowerment due to the gender inequality, leading to limited opportunities and discrimination. Poverty remains a significant obstacle for youth empowerment in India. And many young people are unable to afford education to access to job opportunities, making it challenging to break out of the cycle of poverty. When we are having a lack of opportunities, many rural areas lack infrastructure and resources, making it challenging for young people to access basic necessities. Forget about opportunities for empowerment. Despite being a significant part of the population, we are having like 35% based on 2011 census. Young people are often excluded from decision-making policies and processes in India, which resulted in limited representation at various levels of governance. These type of disadvantage challenges that youth empowerment faces and the need for concentrated effort to address them to create an inclusive and empowering environment for young people. Now, if we are going to discuss about the India as a nation, we should also think about community responsibility. In community responsibility, we can speak about the family's responsibility. We can speak about the empowered people in politics. We can speak about many other, we have got a thing. What is happening? There are many obstacles of youth empowerment in Indian society. Like there are a lot of social and cultural barriers. Indian society has a rich cultural heritage, but these traditions and customs can also act as a barriers to youth empowerment. Patriarchal norms or expectations, caste-based discrimination, religious conservation is often limited to opportunities and potential of young people. The education system in India is often criticized for being rigid, outdated, and not learning process. This approach can limit the creativity, critical thinking, and the problem-solving skills of the young people who are future change makers. So we need to address all these things through the platform which is available. One of the essential key of youth empowerment is education, which we addressed already. So Indian parents are known to have to place their high value in education, and they encourage their children to pursue academic excellence. Education is considered a critical tool for breaking the cycle of poverty and achieving social mobility. Parents also play an essential role in developing their children's sense of self-worth and confidence. They encourage their children to participate in extracurricular activities, sports, and cultural events to enhance their interpersonal skills and build self-esteem. Empowering youth through these activities help them to develop critical thinking, problem solving, and leadership skill that can be used throughout their life. Additionally, Indian parents also focus on teaching their children traditional values and cultural practices. This helps youth to appreciate their cultural heritage and develop a sense of pride in their cultural identity. By teaching children about their culture, parents help them develop a positive self-image and sense of belonging. In conclusion, youth empowerment is an essential aspect of Indian family life. Parents play a critical role critical as well as crucial role in providing children with education opportunities and support them to succeed in life. But empowering youth, Indian families are the laying foundation for a better future as their children and the country as a whole. Now, what are the obstacles what the Indian youth faces? You know, India is having, some Indian family may adhere to traditional values that view youth empowerment as a threat to cultural norms. We are having issues where education is a powerful tool for empowerment, but it is not accessible for all Indian youth. Some children may not have access to quality education or may not be able to afford higher education. In some Indian families, girls may not receive the same opportunities as boys, leading to lack of empowerment. So some family may have preconceived notions about their role youth should play in family business or household, limiting their availability or ability to explore their own interests and passions. Some norms can put pressure on you to conform to certain expectations, even if those expectations do not align with their own goals and values. So identifying with someone who has achieved their success in choosing field can be inspiring for young people, but many Indian youths may not have role models. We are having issues in mental health. You know, it's an important aspect of overall well-being and can play a significant role in youth empowerment. However, the stigma around mental health in some Indian families can make it difficult for young people to seek help when they need it. If you are going through the aspects of Government of India's policies, you know, Government of India recognizes the importance of youth empowerment and has implemented several policies to support the development of the youth. Some of them are like National Youth Policy. It was launched in 2014. The policy was to provide a framework for youth empowerment development covering various aspects like education, employment, health, and civic engagement. Swachh Bharat Abhiyan launched in 2014. This campaign was aimed to make India clean and is predominantly led by youth. It often offers opportunities for youth to participate in cleanliness drive and encourage them to take up the cause of cleanliness as a personal responsibility. We were having the Skill India mission. This was launched in 2015. The mission aims to provide vocational training and skill development to youth across the country and make them employable and self-reliant. We were having Startup India. This was launched in 2016. The initiative was to promote startup culture and entrepreneurship among the youth by providing them with various incentives and support structures. We were having Digital India. This was launched in 2015. And the initiative aims to create a digitally empowered ecosystem in the country and it was providing various online platforms and resources for the youth to develop their skills and engage in various activities. Overall, the Government of India recognizes that the vibrant youth population is essential for the country's growth and development and is continuously striving to provide opportunities for the youth to fulfill their potential. In conclusion, youth empowerment is the vehicle for change in India. The youth of today will be responsible for shaping the future of our country. It is now up each one of us here to take action towards empowering our youth so that they can become productive and responsible citizens. Let us work together to provide them education, skills, and opportunities so that they can grow up to be successful individuals in their respective fields. We must ensure that each one of them is given the chance to reach their full potential. Remember, empowered youth means an empowered India. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Chandra Prakash ji. That was really, really wonderful, insightful, very, very informative feedback, inferences that you have just registered with us today. Thank you so much. And it was a very valuable presence with you, sir. Thank you so much. And moving ahead, like going on with your own words, as you rightly mentioned, this platform is just for the youth, of the youth, and it is going to be run by the youth. This YUGA is going to be run by the youth. That's why we have just incorporated so many youth people on this platform so that they will be able to take it forward. And the two things that you mentioned in your conversation is very, very vital, is that it should, the youth empowerment starts from home. Charity begins at home. It's facilitating the process of education, sorry. Even that, it becomes a headache only for the parents. It's not necessary that the parents have to bring the kids. The children themselves, they can take the leads. They can pick up internships in corporates. They can start working, and they can keep on enhancing their profile. And when they're, as you rightly mentioned, inculcating skills and working on the scholastic skills in their respective domain, they themselves can go find some sponsors who can just sponsor the studies. They can apply for scholarships. They can equip themselves. That is what is actual youth empowerment that we are talking about. And I'm sure it is not only applicable only for a country like India. Definitely across the globe, this should be the thing that we are looking forward to. Thank you so much, Chandra Prakashji. That was quite insightful, quite informative, and such a valuable presence here. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Moving ahead, like
Please call Shilpi Madam.
Pardon
Dr.
me?
Shilpi Upadhyay, please call Dr. Shilpi Upadhyay from Oriental University.
Doctor?
The representative of the...
Yes. Doctor, if you're here, can you please join us?
Yes. Hi.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you. Please go ahead.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I was just listening to the wonderful thoughts, and I would like to add on one thing, because it's today we are talking about Y20. It's all about youth, and it is very rightly taken, this thing. I would like, so when I was saying I'll talk about youth, I was about to say the same thing, that at my university, that is at Oriental University, I am IIC convener, that is Innovation and Incubation Council convener, where I take care of startups. I am a soft skills trainer. I run a group called Author Sally, which is all about authors, literature, philosophy. And other than that, I'm assistant professor for management. Majorly, why I started by addressing youth, because currently I am very, very much targeting towards generating innovation. And when we talk about youth, youth is very much redirected to the things which is not required. But thankfully that we have got up this thing again, which is made in India concept, make in India concept, and promoting the startup culture. But then I think there is a need to generate a concept called startup schools. Because not everything which is started can be called as startup. And there is a major confusion which comes up. So through this platform, wherein we have all the wonderful dignitaries over here, and I was just listening to the thoughts of our dignified guest of honor today. And Vijay Salvia sir, he himself has been, rising flags of achievements on these kind of things. So I think we can definitely come up with a concept which can be called as startup schools, and which can be told to this youths of today that whatever they want to do, whatever energy they have, it can be applied in the wonderful, meaningful efforts. Thank you. That's all I would like to say. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. That was a wonderful idea to have startup schools, not only in India, I think across the globe, it should be applicable. And that's why we were talking about, during the Education 360, we were talking about a platform, a virtual platform across the globe, which can come up, and as such, the children are free to learn anytime, anywhere, as they want to, in any language as such. So that is again relating to youth empowerment.
And one
they
thing more,
don't feel our education doesn't become a background, become a burden for them, saying that I need to go to school, I need to be there. It's not like that. Whatever they wish to follow, they can follow their hearts, and they can just continue with the learning exactly whichever they want to like, whichever field they want to come up, whichever field that quite interested in, whichever field they're quite skillful at, they can just work on it and they can just come up. So that is
And
again
one thing more I want to add on over here, that when we call up as innovation, every time when we call out innovation, the innovative value doesn't always mean to just generate something new. We have case study in front of us of Nokia and Samsung, where that's Android platform were used. But innovation also means that in the current and existing thing, what new you can add on and you can use it. So that ideation has to be also developed. Otherwise, many a times people don't step up by saying that I do not have anything new. But innovation means also to change the taste and features of the already existing thing. That also adds on to the innovation. So that is one way.
Let's come out of that conventional way of thinking. That's the thing. The whole thinking, the mindset has to change. Yes, thank you, ma'am. We have Aparupa Patnaik. She is a dancer. Aparupa Patnaik, yes. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. She's come on screen. Thank you so much. She's a dancer. She has been dancing from 4 years, and she has quite a lot of awards and accolades to her feather. And we are so happy to have you on our program with us today evening. Thanks for taking out your time. And I think you should introduce yourself, and you should be very proud to introduce yourself about your accolades and your felicitations and your awards and honors that you have got across the globe. And welcome, please. Thank you, ma'am. Please take over.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for this wonderful introduction. So basically, I'm from Bhubaneswar, Odisha, and my name is Aparupa Patnaik. I'm currently working as an assistant professor for sociology. And I'm also a classical dancer. I'm an Odissi dancer, a senior national scholarship holder by the Ministry of Culture. And I also work for the United Nations from the Center for American Studies. So the institution where I'm working is world's largest and the only tribal university, that is Kalinga Institute of Social Sciences. I would like to talk about empowered youth as soft power of democracies. So according to me, ever since I studied sociology, I understood one thing, that it has great relevance with art and culture. And it is very important if we see as democracies are trying their level best to showcase their heritage and culture as soft powers. So in the recent decades, the presence of Asian countries have become increasingly global and dominant, particularly from Japan, Singapore, South Korea, and China. But the question arises that why are these Asian countries on the rise? So the answer lies in the soft power. The terminology was basically given by Harvard political scientist. He was Joseph Nye in the late 1980s, which means the ability of a country to persuade others to do what it wants without force or coercion. So that is very important in current era where we have so much of chaos in the society. So basically, if we see that in India and Pakistan, there is cross-border terrorism and there is a lot of chaos, but still India is trying to promote peace and conflict resolution by coming up with solutions like Kartarpur Corridor. And India's current foreign policy is based on the concept of smart power. So for me, smart power is basically an amalgamation of hard power and soft power together, and it is the middle path. So democracies like India and United States can dominate others, but it also excelled in projecting the soft power with the help of its companies, foundations, universities, temples, churches, and other institutions of civil society. Its culture, ideals, and values have been extraordinarily important. India has been a point of attraction for the world throughout the history, being called as the Golden Bird, to present as a land of spiritualism, architectural marvel, and cultural heritage in different forms of art and music. From Buddhist middle path to Kautilya's pragmatic political thought and Gandhi's political strategy of satyagraha and non-violence are few to be mentioned and found a strict attraction and appreciation around the world. So the last 2 decades of the 21st century has immensely boosted India's soft power, as yoga and Ayurveda had assumed a prominent place in the life and practice of people worldwide. Recognition and celebration of International Yoga Day has ensured profound attraction towards India in its cultural practices to be emulated across the globe. So India has a vast population of youth, and youth are the builders of the nation. I want to emphasize about soft power because we all, as democracies, are putting forward or coming forward with equipping our youth with the skill sets such as the artificial intelligence or big data, machine learning, and other kind of digital applications. Education and educational institutions play a very vital role in peddling the soft power of a country. The culture of the country, its political perspectives, and institutional mechanisms are very important. The new national education policy of India, as we all know, has been very holistically made. So it focuses not only on the various perspectives like social, economical, political, but it also focuses on the cultural development of a child as an integrating culture and heritage studies in the education. And education is very much synonymous with human resources. So in the changing syndrome of global power, the strength in the battlefield is fast replaced by the power of knowledge and skills in laboratories. Thus, the power of a nation is now determined by the power of its human resources and capacity. So as it is very evident, and we should take great pride in our cultures, through this platform, I would say, just like we heard about having startup schools. So we should also focus on our Indian culture, through which we can actually have peace and conflict resolution. I would like to quote a wonderful saying by the great Nelson Mandela, who emphasized on sports. So according to Nelson Mandela, he says that sports has power to change the world. It can unite the world. It creates hope in places where there is despair. It is stronger than governments in bringing down racial barriers. So we should better focus. It is high time that instead of having or forcing the child to take up science or arts or so on, it is high time that we should work on our skills, as we have beautiful projects like and programs like Skill India, etc. I would like to conclude saying that youth are the builders of the nation, and they are the future and the backbone of the nation. And thus, it is very important to empower them with the necessary skills. India, being world's largest democracy with multi-ethnic population, have rich diversity, which also reflects in its youth and their skills. While having diverse cultural assets and charismatic politicians can raise a country's soft power, still it has to go beyond these individual factors before a sustainable growth in soft power can be achieved. In today's globalized world, a significant increase in global economy can be attributed to the influence of soft power. Therefore, increasing a country's soft power by skilling the youth in various fields can boost the global economy and empower and uplift the economic and the political ties as well. So that was all that I had to speak for the day. Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. Yeah, you are doing good work. And Odisha, we have just before 15 days, I was in Odisha.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And your number was not on my base. I don't know your number, so that's we have missed the meeting. No problem. You plan the whatever we can do in a few coming futures for offline or online with respect to your field, dance, culture, and whatever you have. And you are from the Kalinga University. We have so many friends in the Kalinga University.
Yes,
so.
sir.
And there are so many, we can say the distance centers are also, and many offices in various countries, various states of. So thank you very much, and plan the maximum program from your side with us on our platform. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Very brilliant of you, Aparupa Patnaik. That was very, very so we were able to relate to every single word that you spoke. That's really good. And we are so happy to hear from you as a youth. And we welcome you on board with us for G20 Youth YUVA. And we should really thank Chandra Prakash ji for bringing you onto our program. Thank you, Chandra Prakash ji. Thank you so much. Keep extending all your support like this. Thank you so much. Thank you, Aparupa. We shall start working on it. Let me present before you Abhinav Singh. And he is again from UAE, Dubai. And to speak a very simple word about him, that he is one of the Global Child Prodigy Awards winner of 2022. So let's all please put our hands together to welcome Abhinav Singh on board with us. And he would like to share his views on youth empowerment. Thank you, Abhinav. Please take over, introduce yourself, and you can come up with your ideas. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Namaste, assalamu alaikum, and greetings to esteemed guests and the audience. I am Abhinav Singh, and I am a proud recipient of the Global Child Prodigy Award for the year 2022 under the category of mathematics. I am truly humbled to be given this platform to share my views on Yoga Yuva. The theme of India's G20 presidency is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, or One Earth, One Family, One Future. It is drawn from the ancient Sanskrit text of Mahopanishad. Essentially, the theme affirms the value of all life, human, earth, animal, plant, and microorganisms, and their interconnectedness. In our culture, I have learned to respect our elders and treat them as gurus. But where there are adults, there are young ones too, like myself. According to the World Youth Report conducted in the year 2020, there are over 1.2 billion youth currently and counting. These are the seeds that are still germinating, their untapped potential waiting to be unleashed. And as a patriot, as an environmentalist, philanthropist, and a person that believes in the betterment of society, we must make sure that these seeds get the essential nourishment to embrace the virtues that you elders have inherited from our ancestors. Continuing a virtuous cycle is the most effective way of empowering the youth. And empowering the youth is the only way we can ensure that the policies, ideas, and concepts we implement today will be in use and come to fruition tomorrow. I would like to conclude by citing a quote said by Christine Lagarde. Empowering the youth is not only a moral imperative, but also an economic necessity. Thank you.
Thank you, Abhinav. Thank you so much. That was quite short and sweet, and that was quite informative. Thank you so much. Would like to work with you more and more for taking forward the youth empowerment schemes of G20 over here in this part of the globe from UAE.
Yes,
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You planted various programs for the youth, and similarly make a team of youth, boys, girls, whatever, and we will initiate a different programs for the youth with you if you have the problem. If you have the programs for that.
Yes, sir, definitely, sir.
We have the Punam Gothi madam also, that is working for the youth, that is the schools and all. पूनम गोथी मैडम आप कुछ कहना चाहेंगे? इसके बाद आफ्टर इट जो भी कुछ कहना चाहते हैं तो प्लीज रेस्ट योर हेड. डॉक्टर श्री विद्या मैडम विल कॉल यू.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. By the time we have our Dr. Mamta Chawla here. Yeah,
I was waiting.
I know that. So yes, we would like to introduce Dr. Mamta Chawla. She's a professor working at Amity University, and she has been a part of SDG International. Now she has joined us for G20. The floor is yours, Dr. Mamta. Welcome on board. Sure.
Thank you so much. So whatever I'm going to speak, I'll just take 90-second maximum. It's all gist of my almost 18 years of work experience in industry and academics. Thanks to Vijay sir and Sri Vidya ma'am, always roping in different capacities, and I'm very happy to be part of this event. Yes, being an academician, being a mother, being a lady, how I can talk about youth empowerment. First of all, youth is a state of mind. So we all are young. all the ladies and gentlemen, all are youth. That means all are young in terms of they think they are energetic, that they can encourage, they can empower themselves first. So I'm very happy to be part of this particular talk, and especially I want to define the term youth. So I really salute each one of the present here, those who are spending this Sunday evening together. All are young by heart. It's not age, it's the state of mind. How Vijay sir, see his smile, Srividya ma'am, the smile, all are so beautiful, so young, vibrant, energetic. Youth is energy. Always willing to work with others. Sunday afternoon, no, to evening, they are working so that they can uplift the country. This is the energy. So for me, everyone over here is energetic, all are young. They are not taking rest. Sunday evening, we should relax. Think about the Monday morning week is going to start. So I really salute. So this is the start of empowerment, self. If I'm energetic, my kids, my students, they feel, yeah, ma'am, you have energy. So I really get my energy from the smile of Srividya ma'am, smile of Vijay Kumar sir, and how they, many thanks, because everyone spoke so well, starting from Chandra sir's talk about what is it, then entrepreneurship, then we have Patnaik ma'am also, everyone speaking so, like, I was not having any words. So I was so inspired. Yes, in my capacity, I need to work upon my behavior so that I become the role model for the students to follow. If I am disciplined, my daughter is going to follow me. Yes, my mama looks very smart. I should also. So how, starting from my home, starting from my college, university, how I can be a role model that they can feel energetic. Yes, ma'am is young in terms of energy. Yes, ma'am is disciplined. So I need to be a role model. And obviously, when you are beautiful, you are smiling, no one can stop giving you smiling back. If you are honest, if you're giving you 100%, you're true to your role as an individual, as a social person, as a, I would say, responsible citizen of the country, no one can stop. So that is empowerment. Self, and then in your role, give your 100%. You know how you can support, encourage your students, make them aware how they need to be told about, very beautifully be told about culture. Yes, it starts from home. First, learning is from family, then comes teacher. So I'm taking both the roles to my best. And this is the reason I'm here. As a citizen of the country, how I can contribute, even from Dubai, ma'am is contributing, even from Indore, sir is contributing, everyone from their own places, all are so beautiful. Thank you so much. It's almost 90 seconds. Thank you. My best wishes to the organizer and everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Please. Thank you, Dr. Vijay Kumar ji. Thank you, Dr. Mamta. Well, going ahead with the thoughts and that she spilled here, Dr. Mamta's thoughts, like youth empowerment is the confidence that we are going to build in the youth. So building up confidence and directing them for decision-making conversations, guiding them jointly with elders to have a positive impact. That's what she was mentioning about the smile, the confident smile on the face. That is so infectious that they're going to take it forward to the community, to their group, to their community, to the organization, and to the country, such that they become the youth leaders. Thank you so much, Dr. Mamta. That was quite insightful. Well, can you please introduce
Yeah,
yourself
I'm
and
Prajna
carry on?
Ambedkar.
Yeah.
Prajna Ambedkar from Mumbai, Maharashtra.
Thank
Good
you.
evening to everybody. And I am very thankful to Vijay Kumar sir. He always messaged me for all the events. But this is the first time I have joined his Zoom meeting. And I'm really very happy to join this meeting. And I'm introducing myself. I'm a teacher in a school. And it is very good to be with the student, the grassroots level, and we are the creator of the nation. And I got 2 national awards from Asia also, and I'm a best teacher award I have got. I just want to say that if we are working from the grassroots level, then definitely we will have a bright future and bright generation and a very, very, dynamic India. And I'm happy with today's session. And everybody is very energetic, especially Shri Vidya Madam. Your smile, your concept, and all the participants, those who have participated in this G20, I was really, really happy to hear them all. And I'm very grateful to Vijay sir that I have came across with so many different countries, people, and their views about nation and how we can go ahead in our life and how we can have a bright future for India. Thank you so much, sir, for joining me for this dynamic meeting, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Pragya ma'am. Adding on to your words, since you're a teacher and basically we are all educationalists in this profession, and more or less some of our background, somewhere or other, it just relates to education. Here in the UAE, we have a system of student making lesson plans and collecting resources for the particular topic. Once you just chart out your year planner and your monthly planner, the weekly planner, the students are given a copy beforehand so that they work on the topic, they work in collaboration, they work in their own groups, they make their own lesson plans, they collect all the resources and they come and take the lesson. And even though if in a classroom of 30 and 40, with a heterogeneous group section, which is working together of multiple disciplines and multiple skill-based learning systems have been adopted, such that the so-called bright students, they help the slow learners as well, such that a productive way of learning is happening and it becomes a school, it becomes a learning of the students, by the students and for the students. That's,
Yes,
I think, thank you so much. Since you're a teacher, I thought we should really, and that is what is youth empowerment is. You empower them, you give them an opportunity, you create this environment such that they're able to explore their skills and come up with new ideas and new innovations. And definitely they will do much better than us. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah,
Thank you.
children,
Wonderful
sometimes
having
they
you.
come with sometimes I just want to add one thing, that
Please.
we come with some lesson plan or something else, and one student asks something, one question, and our whole thing is changed, and the classroom environment become a very positive, thought provoking, like it is a amazing class. Okay,
Very
so
true.
sometimes it happens with the student knowledge, the class environment also change.
Exactly. Youth
Thank you,
empowerment
madam. Thank you very much.
to create
Thank you so much,
opportunities.
sir.
That's the main thing. Sure. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, yes.
And Dr. Said
Thank
is
you.
ready with us. Dr. Said,
Shall I start now?
please,
So
please,
I
ma'am.
am.
We've been waiting for you.
Yes,
Please
yes.
go ahead. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much. I am Dr. Syed Firdaus Bihanif Dean from Sri Lanka. Today, our topic is youth empowerment. Youth empowerment is the process of involving in the youth and the young population in decision making of the community, as the realization that the youth has a voice that the community should listen to. It also present an avenue through which they can make their voices heard and recognize the power that they have. They have type of youth empowerments include skill, education, business morale, financial youth and empowerment. So, determination and where they feel comfortable trying new things. They have the confidence to take risk and their failure is a step towards progress, not a sign to give up. They don't use the opinions of others and their guides of its life. a youth empowerment is a process and empowering youth is everywhere. Helps the youth to adapt to different situation, and through this structural and the cultural process, it addresses the issues of youth personal development, equality, civic engagement, and the democracy building. That is in rising a quality of life and empowering the youth. A more independent person can be born. Ultimately, as a result, the same process create a community. According to youth empowerment in extremely important for country, as the youth as the age of in the present and the future. Countries are working regarding this matter. Sri Lanka, the Sri Lanka is not in the G20 group. There are several countries, Argentina, Australia, Brazil, Canada, like that. India also in the G20 country, but I don't know why the Sri Lanka not in the, according to how process in happening in Sri Lanka, how the current COVID and situation, the various program policies are implemented in as well as through non-governmental organizations. The process on empowering the youth. As far as Sri Lanka concerned, in 2000, ending of the 2020, and the government prepared the national action plan for the youth empowerment, which is the first time an employment policy built on contemporary issues. Also, at present, efforts are being made to empower the youth in every regional secretariat under the Ministry of Youth Affairs, and supports the within the national framework. Also, large number of non-governmental organizations can be seen working in the Sri Lankan situation. But at present, all these are being challenged due to the COVID epidemic and the economic crisis, which has made the future of Sri Lanka as well as the world uncertain, because adult, children, and the all age groups have been changed in this way. Therefore, the above mentioned policy program have been severely challenged. In the case of this pandemic and the economic crisis, due to this situation, the process of youth empowerment in other countries of Sri Lanka as well as in the Sri Lanka has been thrown down. I'm sorry to say that word, but that is the truth. In our Sri Lankan society situation is like that. What to do? So I don't know why, but most of the people are saying it's our rulers' failures. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. We are so happy to have you here today evening. Thank you so much. And what you had shared with us, definitely G20 policy and the principles of promoting better youth employment addresses these principles, like improving education and skills of youth across the globe, ensuring basic skills for all. Definitely they are looking into that. Ensuring school completion to enhance or to improve the literacy percentage of the country that they're looking into, and the policies are working for it. Providing greater choices in their educational pathways So that also they are being taken care of. We can see a lot of career pathways sessions which are being happening, and promoting access to higher education. That's such that they're able to not only stop their education with grade 12 and they move forward to universities, such that a lot of diploma programs, very short-term courses have come in, such that their skills are being enhanced. It becomes a skill-based vocational education. Soon after they complete the education, they're able to get the employment opportunities to explore possibilities. That's such that bringing them closer to the word of education and work. So they bridge the gap between the education and the work. Definitely, that is what is youth empowerment is all about, and the G20 policies are working towards this. And moving ahead for the life possibilities, strengthening job opportunities, tackling unemployment problems, avoiding prolonged periods out of work, and improving job quality and ethics. Even these are being taken into account and they're all working towards it. Thank you, Saeed ma'am. It was wonderful having you. Thanks for those insights and inferences. Quite informative. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to have you here. Thank you.
Yes, madam.
Sir, welcome, welcome. Good evening. Very happy to have you here. Please introduce yourself and then you can just go on. Thank you.
I am Dr. D.L. Sharma, Devlal Sharma. I have done some innovations. I was in Lupin, Orchid, Jadis Kedila, and all these factories, and I have started my own company. Hello.
Yeah,
this
please.
is Om Tech Lab Private Limited, Indore. So we are making some innovative products like edible biocide, carbamide peroxide, collodion flexible. So these are for the first time in India we have introduced, and we are keep doing some research. We are looking for some marketing expert globally, so that we can do better, because we are a technical people. And about this empowerment, I would like to tell me I am a youth of 67 years.
Welcome.
And I have experienced 4 decades of experience in pharma industries, research. Are you listening?
Yes, yes.
Hello. So I want
Yes,
to
we should
highlight
not,
some. Hello.
we should not use the age as a I am 40 years old. We should use
No,
the
old age is
word that
physical.
I am 40
Mentally,
years,
I'm youth.
I am 40 years youth or 50 years youth or 70 years youth. Yes, we must
Yeah.
use. Let's start this campaign. Let's start
No,
this campaign.
Yes, I wanted to highlight some of these spiritual matters. Actually, what youth, they are not having some good ideologies. So to adopt the ideologies, I will suggest because this Einstein and all scientists are telling that whatever we are thinking, that is only some few percentage of our capabilities. So if want to utilize the whole capacity, we should do some insights. And for insight, you have to do some meditation or some way of activating our inner self, and way of you can say is a way of life. So if I'm doing the Vipassana is taught by this Gautam Buddha. And this Vipassana is many people in universe, this is Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Jains, everyone is adopting that Vipassana, and they are purifying. They are starting from their concentrating on breath and sensation, and that way they are purifying their inner self, and they are capable of they are getting more empowerment, and they will do better judgment and better way of lying, and because they will adopt these 5 silas, just to don't kill anyone, don't tell lie, don't do any sexual misconduct, and don't use any नशीली कुछ confuse नहीं करना है. तो ये this way you are सदाचार, you are adapting the simple and better life. So I wish to thank you all people. We have listened all. You are contributing a lot for youth and you expressing your view. So this was my view, and we will meet sometimes later. Namaste. Thank you.
So, thank you so much. Adding on to Dr. Sharmaji's thing, well, rightly said. I hope you will accept with me. We are like a stained glass.
Yes, madam.
We sparkle and shine through the gleaming beauty of our own spectrum. Our own spectrum is the inner self that we were talking about.
Yes.
And we mirror and create our own selves. That is what the quintessence meaning of Aham Brahmasmi. So seeing, it is more kind of, we have a dancer here and I hope she will know more about it. It is called as Abhinaya Darpanam. In that it is there. Yato hasha tato drishti. Yato drishti tato bhava, yato bhava tato mana, yato mana tato rasaha. That means what you see, you receive. What you receive, you conceive. What you conceive, you perceive. What you perceive, you achieve. So that is very, very important. Very, very important. So your thoughts and everything should be very, very clear. And we should never leave the path of righteousness. That's a very brilliant message. We are all talking about skill-based education. We are all talking about empowering youth with the skills and talking about the financial literacy and bringing them and incorporating vocational education. Than anything, what is very important is value-based education, and giving them values is very, very important. So as the quote rightfully goes, if there is righteousness in your heart, there will be beauty in your character.
Yes,
if there is beauty in your character,
simple living, high thinking, madam. The process of you may be a simple person, but your thinking is a very, very high level.
Very true. So let me complete the quote with your permission, sir. If there is righteousness in your heart, there will be beauty in your character. If there is beauty in your character, there will be harmony at home. If there is harmony at home, there will be order in the nation. If there is order in the nation, there will be peace in the world. Very, very important. And definitely going back to all those problems that India has with the gender inequalities and insecurity for the ladies, for the girls and everything, taking into consideration, it is very, very important that youth should be taught about their own values, which they have to follow, as it is very, very important. And relating it to the gender inequality, or instead of teaching the girl how you should be, how she should be brought up, teach your son not to do what all things that he should not do. That will take care of all the problems that are being prevailing. Thank you, sir. That was quite insightful. And thanks for conveying that brilliant message. Thank you so much. It is really a pleasure having you here. Thank you. I think with that, we have just come to the end of the session. Dr. Vijayakumar Salveji, should we end up the session with the conclusion?
Yes, please.
Okay. So having known about, and it's a good topic, and we have got a lot of insights which are there. We request people who have joined us today to send all your inferences in a Word format or a PDF format. We'll get them to Dr. Vijayakumar Salveji or to myself, so that we'll get them published in the patent, in the journal that we are publishing for each session. So kindly forward all your inferences so that it will be easy for us. It will help us in the publishing. And the Word format, if you're going to send us in the Word format, it will be of a great help. So coming back to the conclusion, as we all know, there are recent policy development which has come up from adding on to Dr. Chandraprakash ji, what he was contributing in the beginning of the session. He was talking about youth empowerment schemes and policies. There are quite a lot of youth empowerment policies which have come up actually. That's, as you know, the great tagline or the great milestone of success, which has influenced every single sector, is COVID-19 pandemic. with the infliction of COVID-19, there have been a lot of changes that has been happening, not only in the mindset of people, but also in the way of working. So the global diffusion of global 19 pandemic makes all more urgent and already crucial task of implementing national agendas to promote and access to the decent way of work for the young people and their growth. This section definitely produces or presents a review of the recent policy developments in the area that has come up. So the recent policies that has come up, to name a few, is that rural development employment opportunities for the youth. That is the goal 8 of UN Sustainable Developmental Goals. Recognize this paramount importance of promoting youth employment and the crucial role of implementing national youth empowerment strategies in all the countries, not only in the G20 countries, but in all the countries. So moving ahead, like what kind of empowerment that they are looking to give these youth is that basically taking into India into consideration, such that skill-based vocational education for students. In the school level, there should be a vocational education format that has to come. That's why the National Education Policy has revamped such a way that it influences the vocational system of education for the students, such that it ensures the national skill development and the entrepreneurship policy, opening up more sectors for MSME. When it comes to the MSME, then it talks about the exports and imports. We are able to have a global touch. We are able to expand our horizons in exports and imports for the in the global arena, and we are able to take it forward. Okay, for a change, may I request Chandra Prakash ji to conclude the session, because it's always me who is concluding the session. So having all people have shared so many things on this platform, so it will be a great pleasure and an honor to have a conclusion from you, sir. Thank you so much. Chandra Prakash ji.
Namaste. Actually, one of the participant was mentioning that she cannot understand Hindi, English. We should have, I will prefer that our next session, we should incorporate more content in Hindi. Otherwise, the people, everybody cannot participate. And since we are taking these speakers and participants from the grassroots, we will be having difficulty in engaging them in our activity. So with this thing, it was a wonderful session, and I hope that everybody who have participated, they must have gathered some steam like a youth. I didn't see much youth here. Everybody has ditched us, think maybe due to the examinations, as I came to know. But still, I feel that the message which we are generating from here will be relayed on to them, and we will still keep on working with the youth. And I hope that everybody had a very nice evening. Namaste.
Thank you. Thank you, Chandra Prakash ji. Thank you. Thank you so much. So let's all keep in mind. So today we have sown this thought of youth empowerment, empowering youth and working with the youth to just to make our country move forward. So sow a thought, reap an action. Sow an action, reap a habit. Sow a habit, reap a character. Sow a character, reap a destiny. With that move, we should be able to reach exactly where we are looking forward to. Thank you so much. It was nice having you all, and we need to end this session. Thank you so much. Thanks to everyone who has joined this session and who had made it a success. Thank you. Thank you so much.